I tried this how to draw characters in 30 days challenge. Did I actually draw for 30 days or did I fail? Let's find out. On the first day, I had to draw my favorite characters, so I picked Mika Kawahira from Ensemble Stars. I tried to copy the reference as much as I could, so much so that I spent 2 hours and a half or so, and it didn't turn out really good. I mean, the proportions are kind of off and was almost midnight, so I just hurried and finished it. For day 2, I had to draw heads from different angles, so I picked Shincho from Genshin Impact, Agat from Uchiha Atelier, and Leo Tsukinaga from Ensemble Stars. I really love all 3 styles, so I try to replicate them to the best of my abilities, but the most accurate I think is Shincho. The other ones don't look that similar. For day 3, I had to draw the body parts I can't see from a reference, so I chose Shincho again because his shirt is kind of form-fitting and you can see his legs. So this was so easy, I decided to choose another reference. I picked Femine from Genshin Impact as well. This pose is more dynamic and you can see that much of his torso as you can see with Shincho, but it still was kind of easy. For day 4, I had to trace the face shape of a character and then add their features. I picked Leo again, Shincho again, Eritsu from Ensemble Stars, and Femine again. I kind of struggled with these, to be honest, they don't look that good. I was supposed to draw these from reference and then redraw them from memory, but I made a mistake. I redrew the face shape using the reference and also used the reference for the facial features, and I was supposed to do all of this from memory, so I ended up drawing this again. And since I redrew them 2 times before and Leo and Shincho 3 times, they turned out a lot better than I thought. For day 5, I had to draw faces in different angles but not include any facial features other than the ears, so this was pretty easy. For day 6, I had to draw a naked body for my reference. I started drawing Mika again just to have a better understanding of how the pose works, but then I realized I probably should study from a picture, so I also referenced a actual photo. For day 7, I had to draw all of these again, but from memory. As you can see, the one I copied from a photo looks a lot more stylized now. For day 8, I had to pick a character's face, erased half of it, and redraw the features. I picked 6 references: Yangqing from Honkai Star Rail, Agat from Uchiha Atelier, Moichiro Tokito from Demon Slayer, Kaya from Genshin Impact, Toya from Hatsumiku Colorful Stage, and a character I found while looking from Jin Kim's art. Gotta be honest, most of these turned out really cursed. I think the only acceptable one is the random girl because the other ones look really weird. I'm so sorry. For day 9, I had to pick 2 characters and swap their faces. I picked 2 from a very similar angle, so I chose Arashi Narukami from Ensemble Stars and Shincho again. This looks really cursed. I mean, their features are really different, so trying to make them match was a challenge. For day 10, I had to use 2 characters' references and create a new character that has both of their features. I picked 2 random photos I had on my gallery, so I ended up picking Arataki Ito from Genshin Impact and Casters from Honkai Star Rail. I made a list to make sure both of them had the exact same amount of features on the character, and this is kind of weird. I mean, have you ever wondered what Ito and Casters would look like if they were the same character? Me neither, but now you can see what that would look like. For day 11, I had to pick a pose and adjust it ever so slightly, so I picked Zethos from Genshin Impact. For day 12, I had to start practicing gesture drawings, so I had to draw 15 poses. I drew half of them in 3 minutes and the other half in 2 minutes. For day 13, I had to pick one of the poses I drew the previous day and spend 10 or 20 minutes on it, focusing on accurate proportions. Gotta be honest, I completely forgot about this, so I drew it pretty stylized and then overlapped the picture with it so I could adjust the proportions. For day 14, I had to draw a character using a reference, so I drew Mika again. I was starting to feel kind of I don't know, rushed. So I didn't spend as much time as I spent on this the first time. So this looks a lot more rough, but also looks a lot more accurate. Gesture drawing again. I gotta be honest, at this point I was forgetting about the days. I ended up missing a lot of days. I started this on October 16th and I finished it on November 23rd. So yeah, that was my bad. For day 16, I had to draw the body of a character and give them one of the poses I drew on day 15. So I picked Xingqiu again. I realized that one pose might be a little too little, so I picked another one. Tried to focus on the proportions to the best of my ability. For day 17, I had to copy a character's portrait but give them a different hairstyle, so I decided to pick two references and swap their hairstyles. The first one I chose is Nene from Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage, and the other one is Tiria from Witch-Ha Atelier. Not gonna lie, this was kinda hard because, Tiria doesn't look that bad, but Nene looks really bad, and I was trying to copy this to the best of my ability, but this didn't turn out really good. On day 18, I had to do a gender swap, so I picked the charming twins from Ever After High. Yeah, I didn't know these were twins either. I picked them because the difference between the female characters and male characters is a lot bigger than with anime style characters. I try to focus on copy some of their features, but also trying to make them like a character from their gender, right? So Dexter as a female character has a really round face. For day 18, I had to combine the upper body and lower body of different characters. I decided to choose Xingqiu and Ritsu because I thought their poses might look good together. I started drawing these looking at both references, but then I realized this was a little tricky, so I did this monstrosity. But weird as it looks, it was really effective and I managed to draw these a lot faster, and if I do say so myself, they turned out pretty good. For day 20, I had to draw 2 5-minute poses but I'm kind of used to drawing in less than 5 minutes when it comes to gesture drawing, so that was not really necessary. They turned out somewhat clean without the need of the extra time. For day 21, I had to draw my favorite character with one of these poses, so I drew Mika again. I was not in the zone this day, so I was not feeling it, so I just drew this really fast. Because of this, I made a lot of mistakes with the anatomy and sleeves. For day 22, I had to draw a body from reference, which to be honest, I completely forgot, and then dressed it with 3 different elements from 3 different references. I added this card from Kagami Len from Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage to reference his shirt. I added this reference from Sakasa Suyo from Ensemble Stars to copy his shorts, and this reference from Line from Genshin Impact to copy his boots. To be honest, I really like how the outfit turned out. I think it looks really good. Even though I forgot to copy the pose from a reference, the anatomy is not that bad. It's somewhat acceptable, so I'm happy with that. For day 23rd, I had to draw a pose from reference and draw my favorite character, but to be honest, I completely forgot about this because I ended up drawing a pose from imagination. So if it looks too weird, that's the reason. I ended up drawing the hands kind of weird, and the folds on the sleeves look real weird as well, so yeah, that was a mistake. For day 24, I had to draw my favorite character in a simple standing pose from memory, so I drew Mika again in a simple pose. I made a mistake because I didn't realize that the legs are not in the right plane, so one of them looks a lot longer than the other, and that looks really bad. And also I love this kind of rough as well because I was not in the mood to clean it up. But at this point I was getting a lot more used to drawing Mika, so the outfit doesn't look that bad and the hair looks pretty accurate in a way, so that's not bad. For day 25, I had to draw 15 poses again. So I drew 5 as I would normally draw them in 2 minutes, then other 5 without lifting my pencil because I watched this video of how we can draw and he said that this was a good exercise to practice how to make the poses dynamic. And lastly, I drew the final 5 poses as I would normally draw them, lifting my pencil. Since I drew them in 2 minutes, these are not perfect by any means, and actually at some points I forgot about the time and some of the poses ended up really incomplete, so yeah, sorry about that. For day 26, I had to draw the same character, different face angles, so I picked a bunch of Arashinaru Kami's cards and copied them. I was focusing on copying the style rather than focusing on the angle to make them as accurate as I possibly could. I think I improved at copying the ensemble star style, which makes me really happy. I mean, if we compare these with the ones I made of Leo at the very beginning of the video, you can see the difference. For day 27, I had to draw a character's head from 5 different sources, so I picked a bunch of references. I ended up choosing some really random ones because I was focusing on the features I really liked, but then I couldn't figure out how to make them work together. So I ended up using Robin's face shape, Inumaki's eyes, Tarda's nose, Tokito's mouth, and Meryl's hair. Since I completely forgot that Robin had wings on her face when I picked the face shape, I ended up drawing them because I'm not cheating. But while doing this, I completely forgot about the fact that she has ears. So if the hair looks really weird, that's the reason. And this was kind of weird. The references look really funny together. So if he looks weird, that's the reason why. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a he because if you remember in my last video about construction, I drew this girl named Bill and said in the video that I liked him so much that I was going to make him my OC. So I just decided that this is his face. For day 28, I had to draw the face I drew in the previous day, but draw it on the body of my favorite character. So now that I think about it, I should have drawn Mika's body with Bill's head, but I decided to draw a random pose and give Bill Mika's outfit. So that's probably wrong, but let's move on. Lastly, for day 29, I had to draw the same body and head I drew on the previous days, but use 5 different references to give him an outfit. So I picked the 3 references I drew on the day 22 because I really like the outfit, but added 2 more details. I added Shijwin's bow and Venti's hat because I thought those 2 accessories would look really good with the outfit. So here's Bill. Doesn't he look cute? I really like him, gotta be honest. And this is where the challenge should end, but I still had 1 more day, so I decided to draw Mika again because I was feeling a lot more confident about my improvements. So I was really interested in seeing how much I improved in these days. So here we have my 3 attempts at drawing Mika. What do you think? The difference is really big, right? And here are Mika and Bill. I had a lot of fun doing this and hanging out with you guys. I hope you can see each other on next video. See you there. Bye bye.